guys, Han here. Before this live stream starts, I just want to tell you that it's in fact not live because I am an idiot. I realised about halfway through the live stream that I actually had clicked start streaming and I hadn't clicked go live, and I was streaming to the universe and not to you guys. So yeah, unfortunately I'm talking to myself for the majority of this video and you will see me when I actually realise, but I decided to upload the live stream anyway because I think it's something that you guys can still enjoy, and I hope you guys will still interact as if it was live, and I will be here to respond to you even though I can't respond obviously during the video. Sorry for being dumb. I'm still new to this, so I guess this is a lesson learned. I hope you guys enjoy the video anyway. Bye. Oh, hello. Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to a cold corner of Seoul. Hi guys, Han here, and welcome to finally the technically end of October monthly live stream. As those of you who follow me on Twitter will know, I was not feeling too well last week, so we postponed, but we're here now. I'm doing it a bit too loud. Oopsie. There we go. I don't know if you guys can even hear that, but I thought I'd try and make some ambiance. Anyway, I don't know if anybody is here watching just yet, but in case you guys come in later, hello, welcome. It's nice to see you. This month has been a lot. When I say this month, I mean last month, October. November is also looking to be a lot, if I'm honest. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and of course we've had a lot of content, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So last month I was fortunate enough to get picked for both the TXT Comeback Showcase and Vicnic, which is V's Tay's mini fan meeting. You're gonna have to deal with me today because I have really bad brain fog. I'm a bit of a mess today, but we're gonna do this because we need to do it anyway. So I'm gonna tell you guys a bit about like the behind the scenes of what happened, some personal stories related to that kind of stuff, and then we're also gonna talk about the mini Morathon which happened at Inkigayo for TXT as well, and I'm gonna do my reviews of the TXT and Jungkook's Golden albums because I haven't had a chance to. Like, this past like six to 8 weeks has been so busy, and we'll talk about why shortly, but I just have not had the time to make content like I would have hoped to, or as much content as I would have hoped to, even in the realm of shorts, but we will get to that, so no problem. Anyway, without further ado, I don't know if anybody has joined us yet, but if you see me looking down here, it's where the laptop is. But let's get into the first story, which will be recounting my experience at both Vicnic and Freefall Showcase, except technically I didn't actually go to Freefall Showcase, or at least I didn't watch it live in the audience like I should have, which honestly I'm still kind of mad about. Like, it kind of ruined this whole comeback for me, if I'm honest, because this is like the start of the comeback. Okay, for those of you who don't know, because you don't follow me on Twitter, in which case what are you doing? For my army mowers together, amours, find out. If you know, you know. Anyway, sorry, let me be in frame. Basically what happened is that Big Hit, in all their infinite wisdom and glory, decided to schedule TXT's Comeback Showcase. Okay, you know what, Namjoon, you're actually being a distraction. As wonderful as you are. Anyway, what was I saying? So, TXT's Comeback Showcase and the, what do you call this thing? Vicnic mini fan meeting was scheduled for the same day at the same time, which, granted, there are many artists in HYBE, so you can't always trust that there won't be scheduling conflicts between HYBE artists, but within HYBE there is Big Hit Music, which has 3 artists, BTS, TXT and Ehan. I do not think it's that hard to schedule them on different days, especially considering that Tay's comeback was like a whole month and a half before TXT's. There was plenty of time to have had this event. But yeah, knowing me, just my luck, I got into both these events, which should be a joyous occasion, but I ended up having to pick which one I would go to. That being said, at the same time, if you don't actually attend either of the events, you're then blacklisted for every event for the rest of that promotion period, which isn't a problem for Vicnic because it was the last promotion anyway, but for me personally I wanted to go to something else for TXT, so I really didn't want to get blacklisted, which meant that I ended up having to check in for both even though I couldn't actually view both. So starting with TXT Showcase, they had it actually quite close to my house. Lovely, gorgeous building here. This is Kyunghee University in Dongdaemun. It's a bit north of Dongdaemun, but it's north of Seoul anyway. And as you can see, it's got this very old school, I don't even know what you would call this, like French Gothic, maybe? I don't know, someone who's more in tune with architecture come and tell us what this is. But we have this kind of gorgeous venue. I will say though, from the pictures I've seen, the inside is actually not that great for viewing. It's set up more like a opera house sort of theatre or a musical theatre. So it's kind of got like the floor level and then the second floor which kind of leans over the top of the back of the floor level. So if you're in the back you won't see anything. I digress. Yeah, it was a beautiful venue. And the other thing as well is that you don't actually find out your seat until you check in. So for all these mini events that they have, especially for showcases, it's all random. Even if you get in, for example, they usually do, they're doing this for Jungkook right now, they had the official fan club members first, and then they have just the people who pre-ordered the album. And if you're, for last comeback for TXT for Temptation, I did get into Showcase then as well. I don't know how I did it actually. But that one I got in as Moa, and we got a special gift that the rest of the audience did not get. This time around, everybody got the same gift, regardless of whether you were Moa or just a purchaser. Mind you, you do still I think you still have to have a membership regardless. Anyway, I digress. And I actually have, you know what, I've got the, oh my goodness, I've got the prize over here. See, this is what happens when you don't plan well. This is the prize that we got for TXT. So I can show you guys. Ba, 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 ba. Not the prize, the gift, sorry. So it's this, it's in this little bag, it says only for more. And then we've got this PVC plastic bag, which would be really cute for concerts, with a little privacy slip inside, which I actually really like. Like, I really love these kind of like PVC plastic things. I like how subtle it is as well, but I do think it's nice to have this inside so you can still have your privacy and not everybody can see inside your bag. I come from London, the home of pickpockets, so, you know. But yeah, that was really nice. Did we get photo cards? I don't think we got, did we get photo cards? I don't remember us getting photo cards, but if there were photo cards, then it means I only gave them to the official fan club members, so maybe that was a difference. But last time we didn't get photo cards for MOAs either, so maybe not. Anyway, I digress. The other thing though, is that because everything is random, when you get there, you don't actually find out your ticket, like your seat, till you get to the event, which I can't like, I'm fine. It just makes me a bit crazy to think that I gave up this ticket. I got second row on the first floor, seat 12, so you can see it says first floor, row B, seat 12, and I cried. Because if I didn't already know that I wasn't attending, this would have been obviously an amazing seat. Like, I ended up giving it to a friend anyway. I had another friend who was going, who you will meet very soon. But yeah, I ended up giving her my ticket because I was like, you might as well go and be as close to them as possible. And I don't want there to be an empty seat in like the second row either. So yeah, I gave that up. My soul, like, I'm still mad about it, honestly. I'm still so upset, but it's fine, it's fine. The other thing that was happening this day was that I was very scared that, okay, basically, let me explain the dilemma. Not only were the two events at the same place, at the same time, but they were in two completely different places. They were both in Kyunghee University campuses, but one is in Seoul, and one is outside of Seoul in a city called Suwon or Yongin, which is about 2 hours away from where the TXT one was. So I had to travel, so basically once I left Seoul to go to Yongin, there was almost no chance that I'd be able to get back in time if Vicnic got cancelled, which it was looking to be because it was forecast to be storming in Yongin, and Yongin is, the venue that we were supposed to be at is outside. It's an amphitheatre in their campus, in their global campus. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, if I leave TXT and go all the way to Yongin just to get there, and they cancel the event because there's a storm, and I end up missing both events, I will actually lose my mind. So I spent this entire day so stressed out because I was just like, until it started, you just never know. Like, you just never know. And this is the thing as well, like, it would not hurt. I mean, I knew it was very unlikely they would cancel anyway, because I mean, it's just rain, but it was forecast to be like storming, not just raining, like full on like thunder and lightning. So I was like, man, if they're even considering that they might have to cancel this, I would rather they told us now. But honestly, if they'd done that, I probably would have gone to TXT, just because I'd be like, it's better to play it safe, you know? But anyway, stress. Like, I was so stressed. I was literally talking about this with my students for a whole week before the event actually happened, because I was just like, I have this 2 things coming up on this weekend, and I'm stressed because of the weather and blah 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 blah. Because it was basically this was like the last week of monsoon season, not rainy season. That's a separate season. Monsoon season. So I was like, man, if I end up missing both of these events, I'll be so upset. Anyway, fortunately, I was completely wrong. The weather forecast was completely wrong, should I say? Because when I got to Yongin, you will not believe. Oh, I've disappeared. Hello, I'm back. You will not believe how blue the skies were. Actually, it was still raining when I arrived, but when I arrived, around, I want to say 1 o'clock, and the event was starting at 5, and I tell you, it was miserable, it was rainy, it was gloomy, and then at 4 o'clock, the skies just suddenly opened, and the heavens parted, and this beautiful blue day just came out, and I was like, wow, BTS is really good to me. Because it has been miserable literally the entire week, and like I said, it was forecast to storm, so for us to get like such blue skies, we really got very lucky. Not only that, but your guy really had all the luck in the world this day, because I managed to pull another really great seat. As you can see, I have a very good view, and actually it looks further in this picture than it does in real life. I was actually in the 7th row in seat 14, so I honestly, man, I don't know where I got this kind of luck from. And you know what? Honestly, the ticketing luck has continued, because I got good seats for TXT's concerts, and I got good tickets for Epic High's concerts coming up in December, so I'm very happy right now. But yeah, as you can see, the weather ended up being beautiful, so it was all worth it in the end. I'm sure you guys have seen from Twitter, but we also got these gifts. So yeah, you can see my ticket number over there. In the Vicnic thing at the top, it's actually got a photo card and a ticket on the inside, and then we got this little tin case which is now housing photo cards that need to be rehomed, but used to house really cute and yummy biscuits. I ended up giving these to my students because I'm lactose intolerant, but I ate the Yongtan one and it was so yummy. Anyway, yes, anyway, so that was really fun. I'm not going to talk too much about what actually happened during the event, because I know they posted the what do you call it, the kind of like short version. The actual event was really long as well, actually. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that long, because V doesn't have that many songs. I knew it was going to be a fan meeting, which generally are a lot more talky than concerts. They usually have like games and that kind of stuff, but I was honestly expecting like an hour 25 minutes max. Ended up being 2.5 hours. It was amazing. We were there till like, not the wee hours of the night, but it got dark fairly quickly. So we were there until it was fairly dark, fairly late. I stupidly did not bring my phone charger and I regret that. But anyway, it ended up being really fun. As you guys already know, we had Jose-chan. I'm so bad with names. This dude over here for the MC, and he was really sweet, honestly. Like, one thing I will say is that BTS and TXT have really good relationships with the MCs that they invite for their shows. I remember when I went to see the Temptation showcase, we had Jeje, and she was absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, you could tell she had such a good relationship with the guys, and it honestly felt like we were watching them just like converse rather than her like hosting a show. And same thing with Sechan. Like, he was really cool. Sechan, yeah, sorry, I'm so bad with names. He was really cool, he was really sweet. He was good at like crowd control and making armies laugh. He had a couple moments when he was on stage by himself and he was really good, so honestly, mad respect. And then of course, Jiminy also came, my bestie. I find it so funny because when I went to August D concert, Jimin came, and then when I went to Vicnic, Jimin came, so very happy there. But yeah, like, it was very nice to see them. The show was absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, the vibe was so good. I'm so happy I went as well, because I've never been to a BTS fan meeting before. So that was kind of also the reason that I decided to come to this over TXT, because I was like, I've been to a TXT showcase. I hopefully will have more opportunities to go to those, but this is probably one of the last fan meetings we'll be having for a very long time. I know Jungkook's having his, and then probably nothing till like 2025, 26. And just, yeah, I've never had this opportunity before. It's one of the few things I haven't done with BTS in all my years. So I was really excited to go to this, and it was honestly so amazing. I left so happy. I was so happy that it went through. I was so happy the weather was great. Tae is the most chaotic good person I've ever seen. Chaotic good or chaotic neutral. This guy was just like, I did not plan anything. We're just doing what I feel like. He obviously invited Jimin to come, and Jimin was like, okay, whatever, sure, I can show up. Literally the first thing he had Jimin do right after this introduction is that they played table tennis, and Jimin was like, nobody told me I would be doing this. I just thought I was coming to say hi and then go. At the end as well, he forgot that we needed to sing happy birthday to Jimin, because this was the day after Jimin's birthday, October 14th. So we were like, bro, what's happening? And he was like, oh, Jimin, come back. I'm sure Jimin was also like, oh, really? You know? I don't know, he probably isn't. Anyway, it was cute anyway, it was funny. And then also they sang Friends for the first time in front of armies. The album is always going to be underrated, even within this fandom. I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but it was really cool to see. It was really sweet. The armies who came up on stage as well. Firstly, I admire your bravery. I don't know if they showed this, I haven't watched the recap video, but in order to pick the armies who would play the games, you had to do like a free dance for like 10 seconds with the camera on you, and I said, never in this lifetime. I, contrary to popular belief, am actually an introvert, and I'm confident, but I'm shy as well. Like, I don't like necessarily, you know, performing in front of other people, if that makes sense. Yeah, I prefer like this, being in my own space, being comfortable, being by myself. But yeah, it was kind of crazy when I was watching the people. I was like, damn. But yeah, I mean, good on to you. There was also a international army, an army, who literally stole half the show as well. Like, I think a lot of the armies there were very impressed with her, and it was actually quite funny because it was technically BTS team versus army team, and armies were really rooting for army. Which, I mean, sure, why not? But it's nice to see that little relationship where it's like, yeah, we love you guys, but we love each other as well. Like, that's one thing I've always said I appreciate about the army fandom. It's just like, we actually do take care of each other. We're not all perfect, but I think generally we are a family. We do get along quite well, and it's very cute. Anyway, yes, that's basically what happened with V. As I said, despite everything, it ended up being really enjoyable and really fun. And then, there was more fun to be had, of course, because we were just going headfirst into TXT's promotions, which honestly, you know what? I'm trying to move next year to get a bigger apartment because I desperately need a room that I can dedicate solely to Geo stuff. And I say that with all seriousness because actually this Geo ended up being smaller than my last TXT Geo, but because of the sheer number of like elements in these albums, you know, like every album having like 18 photo cards inside it and things like this, like there was just so much to deal with. I did try to record a short. I'm not sure if I actually recorded enough footage to put that all together, but when I tell you guys, I only finished packing this Geo yesterday, and it has been one of the most stressful. I'm so lucky because I went into it very organized. Like, I'd learned from Temptation that I needed to like have all my boxes ready for all the different inclusions. If you guys could see my setup, you would know this is like at this point I feel like I'm a Geo expert. Anyway, but it was intense, it was a lot. And of course there's Jungkook, who's literally after the stream I have to start doing Jungkook's Geo as well. But fortunately there's less albums and they're all here already, so I can actually do everything all at once in one day, hopefully. So I'm just gonna binge the content I've missed so far and do that. Anyway, moving on to our next story, we are going to have a look at, another fun event that I attended, the mini Morathon, which honestly had us stressed way more than it needed to. Because we thought, okay, Morathon or Morathon, I can't even read the title the way they wrote it anyway, we literally thought we were going to have to run. Like, again, one of my friends, same friend actually, who you'll meet soon, was at the event, and we were both like, days before, like, what is going on? Do we need to wear like comfortable shoes or like trainers or like what? Like, it would not hurt you guys just to give us a little bit of a heads up of what's going on with these events. But I digress. I always say this, Hybe's really good at their artist management, terrible at fan management, but I digress. This wasn't too bad anyway. So basically what happened is that they did a draw for Inkigayo, and unfortunately this time around it was not a dedicated recording. They have 3 artists recording at the same time, probably because of the sheer amount of people who were coming back at this time. So only the first 100 out of the 300 members they picked could actually go to see the recording, and I unfortunately was not in that number. But I've seen a recording before. We'll talk about my opinions on the album shortly. But I wasn't that pressed if I saw the recording or not. I just wanted to be able to take part in this event. Little did I know, technically you could kind of take part even without being picked, but we'll talk about that shortly as well. But basically what happened is that we got there, we checked in, we got our little check-in card. Oh, I have that here. Little check-in card. Don't know if this is going to focus or not. There you go. So, pretty boys. I can't show you the inside because it has my name and my personal details. But if you go to the pre-recordings like M Countdown and things like that, they give you one of these and then you get stamped every time you go. So you have kind of like a record of all the events you attended. I have one for TBGB as well. Anyway, I digress. So we checked in. This is the first stop of the marathon, where they give you this little bottle of water. It's sparkling water as well, which was weird, but I mean, go off. And then you basically just have to follow the path that they posted, and there's like 4 more banners of each of the members, and then you reach the end and you get to Pulverse and this little table with the Hype staff, where they give us these little baggies, which I have here. Very cute. I've taken the ribbon off. It's in here though. Which it says, tomorrow ride together for only for Moa, which is very cute. This is going to be in my hair when we go to the concert in December. Anyway, and inside this little baggie, we also had the a Pulverse grip talk, which is actually, I'm never going to use it, but it's adorable. I will just like frame it somewhere. Anyway, and then we also got some cookies, and then we also got a pack of photo cards as well. So we had a few different things, like a few different mementos to take home with us, which I thought was really nice. And this was an event that all 300 people could attend. So, same again, like Inkigayo, all the things are usually recorded in the wee hours of the morning. But this time around it was, I think, what, 6:30 check-in, 9 o'clock start. So we actually got to see the sun come up and everything. You can see all the moas gathered around to have some fun. The weather wasn't too cold in my personal opinion, and I say that as someone who is terrible with the cold. Like, I get cold so easily. If it's summer and it's 40 degrees outside and the AC is on, I'm still gonna be cold. So yeah, anyway, but as you can see, it's a lovely autumn day. This is like, autumn in Korea is literally like 3 seconds long. But anyway, yeah, it was really nice to, again, be surrounded with other fans, be able to hang out in this sort of area. And the weather was nice. They put out some mats for us to sit on, and eventually the boys came out, and I just realized I did not prepare my pictures of the boys, so you have to see those on Instagram, sorry. But one good thing that we did have is that we got to do the happily ever after challenge and see if you can spot me. Hint, I've got my Mickey Mouse hair, so basically the same hairstyle, just up here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yes, very fun, very cute. Anyway, don't ask me what this was, but yeah, it was really fun. It's actually quite funny because I've only ever done like one kind of mini fan meet sort of thing with TXT before, and that was a group Zoom call for Blue Hour, and they also taught us the choreo back then as well, so it was like, you know, like part 2 to that memory. That's honestly one of my favourite TXT memories, so it was really fun. Happily Ever After is my favourite song on this album. We'll get into that. In fact, let's get into that now. Let's get into the album review. So unfortunately, because YouTube.com likes to stress me out whenever I try to react to anything, I'm not gonna play the songs, but you guys can, if you're watching this, I'll tell you what song we're talking about, and then you can put, like, play a little few seconds for yourself, and then we have the vibe that we're going for. So, first and foremost, before we even get into the first song, I just want to say, I wish they had not put the collab songs inside the album, and there's two reasons for that. Firstly, I just kind of had this conversation with a close Moa friend before, where we both feel like the collabs were not planned. Like, they kind of got these great opportunities to make these great songs, and they were like, sure, why not? Like, we can change up our schedule a little bit. That's why the finale concert is so much later compared to the rest of the tour. That's why they've had the comeback now, and that's why they've chosen the songs they have for the pre-release songs. And I genuinely believe that if it wasn't for these collabs, Happily Ever After would have been the B-side that they promoted for this comeback, which I will always be bitter about. Anyway, it's such a good song. Anyway, I'm sorry. But all of that aside, they are good songs. I don't have a problem with Back for More or Do It Like That. They're both good songs. I quite like Do It Like That. Back for More, mid. I prefer the TXT version. But the point, the main reason that I wish they hadn't included these songs in the album is because they completely, like, kill the flow of the album. Like, if you listen to this album from start to finish in order without those two songs, it makes so much sense musically. And I know this is like an old school music thing, and maybe I know a lot of my audience are around my age or older, so maybe you guys will appreciate what I'm talking about. But like, it's just so much nicer to have that cohesion throughout an album. I know we live in the year of streaming and, you know, like, random shuffle play, even though Spotify shuffle is still shite. Let's not go there. But I just still, for me, whenever I listen to an album for the first few times, probably for the first month, even now as I'm streaming, I'm still listening in order, and it just annoys me every time those songs come off. I was like, oh, the vibe was vibing and now it's not. Anyway, so I'm not gonna review those songs because honestly, they're kind of old news now anyway. But I really wish they hadn't put those songs inside the album because it just doesn't make sense musically. That being said, let's talk about the actual tracks. So, Growing Pains. I was very surprised when I heard this song because I was hoping there would be a lot of rock in this album because of the teaser videos. I remember when they dropped the first, like, the reality mood teaser, like, short kind of thing, and it had like that Brit rocky vibe, and I was like, oh, are we doing what I think we're doing, you know? Turns out yes and no, but yeah, this song wasn't necessarily Brit rock, but it was a good rock song, and I was into it. Like, I really liked the song. It's a good song, but in a strange way, to me, it doesn't feel like a TXT song, and I don't know why that is, because obviously it's them singing it, you know. But like, I just feel like, every time I hear the song, I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, okay, okay, yeah. That's, I don't know if that's a like meaningful explanation of anything, but that's just how I feel when I listen to the song. I'm just kind of like, what's going on over here? Anyway, Growing Pains, great genre. Still prefer 001 Love Song. I don't think any other rock song they do is ever gonna top that for me. Until, to be continued, to be confirmed, but as of yet, 001 Love Song is still that bitch. Love Loser's a close second there. Anyway, chasing that feeling. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not really here for it. It's not a bad song by any means, I just don't like the 80s synth sound. It's just, I don't like generally most electronic sounding music genres. I don't like EDM, yeah, I obviously don't like electro, so like, I don't know what it is, but it's just so, mind you, I do love 80s music as a whole, but I prefer more like 80s pop and 80s like power ballad sort of things, as opposed to, like I said, synth pop and disco. So, kind of a miss for me. Music video was also very interesting, although I do love the scene from the teaser where Tay is standing on top of the lamppost. I don't know why. It's just such a power stance. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I don't know. I will say though, the fan chants for the song are really fun. There's like the one thing I do like about the song is how high the energy is when they're performing it with the audience like taking part. And I think that's one thing I've kind of been yearning for with MOA specifically, because MOA is a fandom that was basically born during the pandemic. TXT's first like proper concert was at the start of the pandemic, and I think because of that, the kind of like fan chant culture and like the being loud, like I know, for example, if I go to a BTS performance, armies are present, armies are participating, very vocal, like talking throughout the not talking to each other, but like talking with the artists and stuff like that throughout the performance. Whereas I feel like whenever I've been to TXT performances, MOAs only speak when they're supposed to be, like when they're spoken to, sort of thing. Like people are very strict obviously with like fan chant culture, but even beyond that, when the members are talking, there's no laughter until it's like sort of thing. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like everybody is a bit more careful in the MOA fandom, where it's like, is it okay to speak, is it okay to scream right now? And I feel like Sugar Rush Ride and now Chasing That Feeling are kind of pushing us out of that mindset and making us more comfortable, which I think is really nice, because that's the dynamic we're supposed to have, especially considering that's how our dynamic is online. So it's a shame that it's not like that when we go to like offline events and stuff, right? Anyway, next song is Dreamer. Wow. Okay, we're starting my favourite part of the album. Everything from Dreamer to, excuse me, to Blue Spring, chef's kiss. I'm 1000% here for it. So Dreamer, oh my goodness. It's funny because I was having a conversation. I have a few students who are K-pop fans. Mind you, if you don't know, I teach an adult business English HANGOUT, so yeah. And I was having this conversation with a fan, with another K-pop fan recently at my job, and she was like, she personally does not like Sugar Rush Ride because the like breathing parts and the like sexy parts make her cringe. And I was like, I don't relate, but I can understand what you're saying. Like, I can understand how for some people that would be like, you know, but I personally liked it. I thought it was I love Sugar Rush Ride, like, don't even get me started. To this day, I feel like that song was underrated even though it was popular. Anyway, I digress. But Dreamer, I feel is like, you're not trying to be sexy, but it ends up being sexy. Like, it's just a mature song that naturally falls into that sexy kind of vibe. And when I say Taebin's falsetto, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Like, I can't even. I love this song. Like, every time I hear it, I'm just like, wow, they really did that. Because honestly, I would not expect a song like this from TXT, but they executed so well. I love the star, like, oh, it, like, honestly, every time I hear it, I just have to stop and be like, oh, yeah, you really did that. And obviously going hand in hand with Following Layover, which, as I've already mentioned, is my favourite of the solo albums. This has the same kind of like general vibe, and I was like, oh, these songs all together, my streaming playlist is hitting. And following on from that, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's been 30 minutes already. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to get through this. Hold on a second. I just want to make sure this is actually... I don't know if this is working or not. Okay, let's continue. So, what was I saying? Dreamer, Deep Down. Okay, so, Deep Down, same thing. Absolutely love this song. And it's ironic because I just mentioned about how I don't really like electronic style music, or music that has a heavy electronic element. Deep Down is an example of an exception to the rule. This song definitely has that kind of electronic something or another is going on in the production, but it works. It makes sense. Like, I'm sure this song would be considered EDM. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I don't know. But something is just like, I don't know what it is. Something about this is just so perfect. Like, so good. So yeah, I absolutely love this my brain just died, sorry. I absolutely love this song. makes me want to dance. Even though it's like really subdued and like kind of sad, it just makes me like, you know. Anyway, I can't dance, so sorry. And last but not least, next is of course my favorite track, Happily Ever After. In my honest opinion, this should have been the title track, and I'm forever gonna be mad that it wasn't. I'm sad that it didn't even get promotion, because obviously they're using it for the challenges. Obviously it's a very well liked song. So I'm just like, why are we not promoting with this song? This song would take the general public by storm. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so freaking good. And also it just fits like the overall like storyline of the dream chapter, the chaos chapter, the name chapter, like that whole Peter Pan thing that we've got going on in this era. I feel like this is the song that most fits that out of the songs in the album. Like, we had Farewell Neverland at the end of the last album, and then we got to this, and I'm like, why do these two things, why are we not following the flow? Like, anyway, it's fine, it is what it is. But personally, this is my favourite song, so I'm always going to sit here and defend it. It's great. I wish it had been, oh my goodness, I just realised. Okay, this is dumb. If you're watching this later, you'll know, but I just realised I didn't click the go live button. Ah, stress of my life. I clicked start streaming, and I didn't click go live, so that's a bit awkward. I've been talking to myself for like 35 minutes. But you know what? Do I start now or do I continue? We're gonna continue because at this point anybody who was planning to watch is not watching anyway, so I might as well finish. But if you see this video later, I'm very sorry. I didn't click the go live button. Please leave your comments. I will still chit chat with you down there, so if you're available, I'd love to hear from you. But I'm gonna keep going as if you guys are watching this in real time, because you'll be watching it later anyway, so you know, let's continue. That's so embarrassing. You know what, it's okay. This is what practice is for. This is only my second, technically third live on my channel ever, so it is what it is. Next song, Skipping Stones. You know what? I said that I was really looking forward to a, what do you call this? Oh, I can't believe I did this. Sorry, I'm so dumb. No, we're gonna continue. Power through. At this point, we might as well. Okay, so Skipping Stones, mixed feelings, as I said. And I say that because, okay, so Skipping Stones, I have mixed feelings, and that is because I actually really wanted a Brit rock song on this album, and this is a Brit rock song. It is a quintessential Brit rock song, but I don't love it. I just don't know why. I like the song. I do like the song. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bad song, but at the same time, I'm just not like as crazy about it as I expected to be, which is really sad. I love the refrain. No good at the no good at what the shit. That part, love it. But like, I don't know. So something is just like something. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I really like the song. It's definitely kind of one of those songs where I have to be in a specific mood to listen to it. Like a day where I'm chilling, relaxing, and that kind of stuff. That was the perfect time for this song. But yeah, I don't know what it is. And also we did just have Autumn, so it has been a great song. I have been listening to it a lot actually, but I just don't know how much I'm gonna listen to it moving forward, you know? Like, I feel like it's gonna be one of those songs that's kind of like when it comes up on my playlist, as opposed to me actively searching for it, which is weird because it's exactly what I asked for. But you know, it is what it is. Lastly, of course, we had Blue Spring, and I'm very happy we finally got this song on an album, like where we can hear like the full vocal prowess of TXT. Absolutely beautiful song. Like it as much as the first time I heard it. Can't believe I was one of the first to hear it, because they did it at their Seoul concert first before they started the tour. And yeah, it's just great to see it come full circle, and I wish they had ended the album here. Like, come on, you can't lie. The transition from Blue Spring to do it like that just doesn't make sense. Anyway, I digress. All in all, if I had to rate this album, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. No, I'll give it, yeah, 7.5 out of 10 is reasonable. It's a good album. There are great songs in there. I just don't like the entire album as a whole because of the few things that I've mentioned. For me personally, Temptation is still my favourite TXT album. That it's so good. It's so good. Every song makes sense. Every song is a bop. And I'm kind of sad because I was really looking forward to this album being the first full length one in literally forever. But I'm hoping that they pick good songs for what will probably be the repackage next, I'm assuming. So yeah, fingers crossed that ends up being good. And speaking of albums, it's time for us to get into the final topic for today, or final K-pop topic today, which is of course Golden. My goodness, okay, complete opposite reaction with Golden to TXT, and that is simply because I personally did not have high expectations for Golden, simply because Jungkook and I have very different music tastes. I personally don't like pop music all that much, like, and I know that might sound crazy as a K-pop fan, be like, what, you don't like pop music? But K-pop is not my favourite genre either. It just so happens that the three artists I like have K-pop backgrounds, which are BTS TXT and Kai. K-pop has never been my favourite genre. It's just that there's more to do as a K-pop fan, which is why it's something that's shown so much. But I actually personally really like ballads and like indie music, which I know is a shocker to everyone every time I tell them, but that's the reality. So I don't listen, and also mind you, I've been listening to K-pop since I was, or Korean music in general, since I was 13 years old. So I am very, very out of touch with Western pop music. I was never like a One Directioner. I was never into Justin Bieber. I don't even know who NSYNC are. Like, no offense, NSYNC didn't break the UK. We had Westlife and the Backstreet Boys. But like probably the last group that I stand like before I started liking K-pop was like S Club 7. So some of you won't even know who that is, which is honestly a loss. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, like for me, I was not really expecting much from this album because I know that most of the songs are not the kind of music that I like. That being said, I was very pleasantly surprised. So we're gonna go just in order, starting from 3D. As you guys already know, 3D came out obviously previously. Honestly, it has grown on me. I did not like 3D all that much. No, that's incorrect phrasing. I liked it, it was okay, but it wasn't... words. 7 was better. 7, I loved the first time I heard it. Gave me very strong Craig David vibes. Was very nostalgic. Like, I just loved that song. I loved the style. I loved the music video. Very funny. It was such a strong start that when 3D came out, I was like, if 3D had come out first, I think I would have liked it a lot more than I did when I was comparing it to 7, where I was like, oh, it kind of felt like we moved backwards. But 3D in isolation is a great song. It gives very Justin Timberlake, Liberty X kind of vibes. Still don't like the feature. Kind of wish they had done the alternative version for the album rather than like how TXT did the TXT versions for their songs, because every time I hear, like, I'll be enjoying the song and then the Jack Harlow feature will come on and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is it. Sorry man, but you're right, I just don't vibe with it. It's not even lyrics, it's just like the flow is just off for me. Anyway, I digress. Great song, great start to the album, I will say, and I like that it comes before 7 in this album because it just makes more sense to me. Closer to you. Good song, but I have to be in a specific mood to listen to it. This is a prime example of what I was saying, where it's like, this is not my favorite genre, so it's not always going to be like my personal like cup of tea sort of thing that I would sit down and stream like continuously for like 3 hours, which is what I do with most of my favorite songs. I'm a psycho like that, but but it's definitely a good song. I can definitely enjoy it, but I have to be in a specific mood to listen to it. Then we have 7, Bop of the Century. Absolutely love this song. What more is there to be said? It's great. I loved it when I heard it, loved it now, still love it more. Probably gonna continue loving it. I love that they put the explicit version of this. I don't know why, this just made me laugh. I was like, oh okay, this is what we're rolling with. Okay, no problem. Which is funny because most of the stages he does are still the clean version, but I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. Anyway, I digress. I'm skipping over these ones because they're kind of, obviously we've talked about them before and stuff like that. So, Standing Next to You. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm completely honest, I was not convinced when I heard the teaser. When I heard the teaser, I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna like the song. This is so peak. Because I I don't enjoy not liking the songs they put out, obviously. Like, I want to enjoy the hype, and I want to be excited and watch all the stages and stuff. And when I heard the teaser, I was like, it is what it is. But then I heard the song, and I was like, this is amazing. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Okay, I don't even know where to start. Like, the choreo, my gosh. The song in and of itself is already amazing. The vocals, Jungkook did that. He did that. He always does that. But he did it, okay? This time too. Vocals were off the charts. But the dancing, and I think that someone, like, I can appreciate good dancing, but I'm not a dancer by any means. So I usually don't focus that much. And, like, performance is definitely something I appreciate as well, but it's not the key part of music that I care about. But my goodness, my gosh. Literally, as soon as I finished watching the music video, I was like, where is the choreo version? Like, I need it like I need air. I haven't actually watched the official choreo music video, but I did watch the choreography practice, and just, wow, okay, alright, yes, you did that. Like, ate and left no crumbs. Anyway, I was gonna say something really dumb now. Anyway, yeah, great, amazing song, amazing. Like, I'm so happy this is opposite situation. I'm so happy this is the title track. It's an amazing song. I think people are gonna love it. It's something that's gonna be very unexpected for especially a Korean artist. And obviously Jungkook has said this whole album is about transcending people's expectations of him as a K-pop artist and what people think he can do and stuff like that. So I'm very happy to see that he has actually, like, picked a song that highlights all of those factors, because I think Standing Next to You is years away from what anybody would expect from anybody out of Korea, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think it's an amazing song. I think he's done some crazy stages. I haven't had the chance to watch everything because I've been working, but it's been amazing to see. Yes or no? Next track. I would say, oh, it's very marginally my favourite song of this album. Which is ironic because it is, like, literally the most poppy out of all the songs. You know, I tell you, I'm a paradox, that's what it is. But just, again, the lyrics are cute. Like, it's very, like, the ironic, I think it's the simplicity of it. Like, every other song has, like, really, like, strong genre, like, what's the word? I can't English today. Every other song has really strong, like, potent, genre-specific themes or styles or production and things like that. But I think Yes or No is just, like, a very standard run-of-the-mill love song. Not love, yeah, love song. Pop song is what I was trying to say. And in a way, that makes it easier to listen to because it's not, offensive is not the wrong word, but it's just not, like, shocking. It's not, what's the word? Eccentric? No. You know what I mean? Like, it's just easier to take in. So, yeah, like, I really enjoyed this song. It's, like, it's one of those songs where, like, you listen to it once and you can already sing along. By the time you get to the end of the chorus, like, the end of the second chorus, you're already singing the lyrics. I just love that vibe. I like something that is just easy to enjoy, easy to listen to. Oh, yes or no. Next one, Please Don't Change. Another one that I really love. House music is actually a genre that I really like, and actually a genre I have not really heard in a long time, especially not listening to a lot of English music these days. It's just not a genre that's very that popular in Korea for whatever reason, because I think it's way better than EDM, but I digress. But yeah, I used to listen to house music a lot when I was, like, in my early teens, and it's really nice to, like, hear that kind of sound again. Again, one of those ones that you sing along to very quickly, just very easy to vibe to, very easy listening. Hate You. This is similar to Skipping Stones with TXT. From the teaser, like the preview, I usually don't listen to album previews, but I really wanted to for this album because I didn't know what to expect. I actually thought Hate You was going to be one of my favourites, and I do like the song, but I like it less than I anticipated, just because I feel like what I was saying was, like, the other songs have really strong, like, genre specific styling or whatever. I feel like Hate You is the complete opposite of that. It's so stripped back that it feels like it's a little bit just, like, too empty in a way, for me personally. Like, and I say that as someone who literally loves ballads. Like, that's why I thought this song was going to be my favourite song. But I don't know, there's just something that's kind of like, it feels almost like it's a song for a... It sounds like an OST. And I know that's gonna be like, what are you talking about? But here's the thing, I love ballads, but I generally do not like ballads that are written specifically to be OSTs, because they have, like, they're just a little bit more empty so that they don't overpower what is happening on the screen. And I can see Hate You being like the background to like a scene in a movie, sort of thing. Like, I can see that as being like an OST for a drama or something, as opposed to a song that I listen to just like for listening to, you know? That's what it is. I just realised that right now. Somebody. Yeah, like, you know what? I don't actually have much to say about this song. I like it. Plain and simple, I like it. It's a good song. There's nothing outstanding about it per se. Is there? Give me a second. I'm gonna have a listen because I don't really remember, to be honest. Spotify. Look, it's even right there. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just think it's a good song. I don't really have a strong opinion of Somebody. There you go. Sorry, this is why I don't do reviews regularly, okay? Too Sad to Dance. Love it. Absolutely love it. It reminds me of like old school Taylor Swift. I say that as if I'm not a Swiftie. I don't know anything about her and her like entire music journey in like any form of detail. But it just gives me a kind of like love song. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Love Story. You know, like one of her early, like I think it was her debut track, I don't even know. Anyway, it gives me that kind of vibe, like a kind of like, it's not country, but it has that kind of almost like borderline country tone to it. It's a really good song. It's very catchy, it's very easy to sing along to. Obviously, armies have been really loving their GIFs and like memes with this song as well. Yeah, I think it's a really nice song. I listen to the song in the shower, always makes me ironically want to dance. It's a good song. And then Shot Glass of Tears, love this song. Oh my goodness. This was one of the songs that I was one of the songs I was looking forward to during the, what's the word? One of the songs I was looking forward to after hearing the preview, and now that I got to hear it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's like strong way to end the album as well. And honestly, one thing I like about this album is that it loops quite nicely as well. Like, if you want to go back to the beginning, it's not too aggressive, because it's majority all pop music, right? So it actually, in a way, it makes it easier. You can, even for this album, you could put it on shuffle and it would all still make sense. So that's one thing I really enjoy about this album. Speaking of the album, however, oh my goodness, I was actually going to do a giveaway in this live. But being the dummy that I am, I didn't start live. So I will post the details for the giveaway on my community page in about an hour after I've uploaded this video and people have had a chance to see it. I wanted to give away I wanted to give away some TXT albums, some Tay albums and some Jungkook albums, because I have spares for all of them and they're all sealed. So yeah, you can read the details about that on my channel community page, which should hopefully be up by the time you get to this point in the video if you watch this after I upload it. Fortunately, I recorded, because I almost didn't record this either, and that would have been an absolute disaster, because this stream is already a week late. I'm so sorry. I'm a mess. Speaking of me being a mess, let's talk about why I'm a mess for like the last 5 minutes. We've got 8 minutes left before my usual hour is up. Besides me being sick, which you could probably hear that I'm still kind of sick anyway. My work schedule has been crazy for the last like 6 or 7 months. You guys know I've been working 2 jobs, but as of last week, I quit one of my jobs because I am trying to get ready to change my other job as well. Okay, I'm not explaining this in any way that makes sense. I work 1 full-time job and 1 part-time job for a total of 15 hours a day. I quit the part-time job, which means I now have 4 free hours a day, part of which I need to use to sleep, because my goodness, my schedule is still insane because I work at stupid o'clock to stupid o'clock. But I digress. I'm using the extra free time now to look for another job in the K-pop industry as a marketer, because obviously that's what I did at my last job, and that is the career that I want to follow. This year I've been focusing really hard on saving for a new apartment next year. I kind of mentioned earlier in this video that I need to have space for geos, because especially TXT geos, like if anything BTS has calmed down since they've all been doing their solo stuff. I have definitely noticed that people really do just buy for like their favourite members, which I personally don't agree with, but I also understand that not everybody has the money to buy from all 7 of them, because my goodness, I have struggled. But I know that once BTS come back next year, like Jin starts coming back and then the members slowly start to come back for the next year or so, things are going to pick up again, and I want to have the space ready. And for TXT, I know they're a complete opposite problem. There are lots of dedicated fans who want to buy everything that is released, but there aren't actually that many proxies or GOMs who do group orders for them. So every TXT group order that I've done has only progressively gotten bigger, and this one actually was a little bit smaller because there was just more versions of the albums. I think, I'm really sorry, that was gross, excuse me. For this particular comeback, even if you bought less albums, it still ended up adding up to more money. So I feel like that's why there were less albums purchased, and also because there were more photo cards in a single album, so you didn't actually need to buy as many albums to get the photo cards you wanted, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, there was just, even with there being less albums, this group order still took me as long as the last one because of how many inclusions there were to sort. Like, oh my goodness, I really cannot stress enough that you guys need to see the setup I have. I will link my Instagram in the, I have a separate Instagram for my geo stuff, and if you see the pictures, you'll literally be like, what the hell was going on? Like, I actually don't know how I managed to get to the end of this group order, because I was literally, even last night, I was up until like 2 AM just packing the very last of the orders, because I was on the verge of going actually insane if I came back to my house one more time and there was still albums all over the place. Like, and I say that as if I don't have to sort Jungkook's geo right now. Jungkook, you can go. But yeah, so, oh my gosh, it's been a long month because of geo stuff. It's been a long month because of work stuff. I only quit my other job last Friday, not this Friday, yesterday, but the week before that, and I used this week for finishing the TXT geo. But now I need to like update my portfolio, update my CV, and I already have a kind of, not an offer, but like a proposition that has been sent to me by someone. So I'm trying to get my stuff together really quickly, and that would be really cool because it's actually in an entertainment company this time, a very small one, but an entertainment company nonetheless, and I would be working on a project for an actual K-pop idol group, which would be absolutely amazing. So pray for me. But yeah, I was also saying, oh sorry, I'm literally all over the place. I'm so tired, if you guys only knew. Clearly. Anyway, yeah, words. I'm trying to move to a new apartment. I found the apartment I want to move to. I've saved, I'm like $500 short of the deposit, so that's not gonna be a problem, because my savings goal was to hit the deposit amount by the end of December, and if I'm only $500 short, I can make that up in January. But the problem is that I'm still going to be short for my moving expenses. So if any of you guys can, I would really appreciate it if you'd be willing to send me a tip. If you join my geos, if you're someone who benefits from the work that I do, it would be very helpful, and it would actually benefit you guys, because if I do successfully move into the apartment that I'm hoping to get, I will be able to offer longer storage periods without any storage charges, so you can actually, what's the word, combine more orders, and I'll also be able to like open up to like photo card shopping and like helping you guys buy other things in Korea, not just merch from like Weverse and like the official merchandise, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's something that's I'm hoping, really hoping will work out next year, because honestly that would be such a big improvement to my quality of life as well. Like, Lord knows I hate this apartment. As much as I've tried to make it as homely and like comfortable as possible, there are a few like really big, really important qualms that I have with it, like the fact that I have no sunlight. All this bright light you see behind me is all artificial. Yeah, but just things like that. And yeah, like I've kind of mentioned already in this video as well, I didn't get around to making as many videos as I wanted this month. Although I did put out my Am I the Asshole K-pop edition video, and it completely flopped. I'm actually quite sad because I really think it was really fun. I'm going to keep making them anyway. Maybe if I put enough of them out, you guys will actually watch them, and then maybe you'll find you like them, because personally I think they're very fun. But anyway, yeah, I do have some exciting videos coming up very soon. One of them is a collab with another K-pop YouTuber who is also my personal friend. And one of them is, if I don't want to say what the other one is because I'm not sure if it will come out this month or next month, but I'm hoping it will come out within November. And then I have a few shorts that I've planned that I would love to get up and running as well. An army log, a Moa log, all that good stuff. So yeah, I expect there to be a bit more content on the channel this month, and I will keep you guys posted on the job front. I'm really hoping that I can find something before the end of December and then start the new year with a new job before I move in February. So yes. Anyway, yeah, that's all from me today. I'm so sorry once again that I forgot to hit the go live button. I've learned my lesson and I will never make that mistake again. Oh, I'm so sad. Anyway, whatever the case, I hope you guys do end up watching this later, and if you do, I appreciate you. Please leave comments and I will respond whenever I can. And yeah, this has been Han from the Haniverse. Thanks for stopping.